this week I drug home this car, or this truck. It's a 64 C20 long bed. We're gonna see this week if we can get it running, and I think this might turn into a long-term project. Because it's a long bed, I'd like to do some other things to it and to make it a little more desirable truck, better on the eyes. So let's take a look around the truck. So here it is. It's a 63 C20. Now, in comparison to the other truck, the 64 C10 we just had, this truck is immaculate. The only rust that I found in the whole truck is a little bit right there in the fender. The bed is straight, although it doesn't match. The inside, it's all there. It's no rot in the rockers. They're all solid. The biggest thing on this truck is it's not all dented up. So let's go around here. Tailgate is really nice. This truck was last tagged in 03. As far as I know, that was when it was last driven, was in 03 as well. This side also super straight. There's almost no dents in this whole truck. Little tiny bit of bubbling down there on the bottom corner, but nothing major. The cab has a really cool patina on it. It's really nice. The only thing I know so far is that this door does not open. I don't know what's wrong with it, but we'll find out. Let's see what it looks like. Well, there it is. All I know about it is that it turns over, and I don't know if it turns over because it has no compression, because that's about what it feels like. It's pretty loose. But it's all complete, so well, that's missing. But let's see if we can get this thing running today. So I just put a battery in it. Now I'm gonna use some vice grips, aka my battery cable in, because I don't know why, but the last few trucks I've bought, the positive cable is missing. So I'm gonna put this on here and just see if the key works. I'm not really hopeful. Most of the time rats chew up in here, and it looks like somebody's already been in here doing a little bit of their own at-home wiring. So who knows? Well, nothing's on fire yet, so nothing's smoking. Alright, so now I got the battery hooked up. We're gonna get in this thing. Oh wow, I didn't realize that before. It's a Chevy C20, but it's got a GMC horn button on it. This is all falling apart. Let's see what's back here. Looks like a whole bunch of garbage. But let's see if this thing will turn over on the key. Looks like it's got a oh shit. Hey, it turns over. That's good. No key, but lots of hornets in here, dead hornets. So now that I know the truck turns over, I just unhooked this. I'm gonna check for oil Oh, there's something dripping off there. It's got enough. It's definitely black and used, but it's got oil in it, so that's not bad. Now I'm just gonna unhook this and put it close, and then I'm gonna turn it over and see if it's sparking, see if we got spark, and then we'll go from there. So, sounds like the starter's not wanting to stay engaged too, so that could be a whole nother problem. But let's see if you guys saw spark. Alright, so now I'm gonna open up this distributor and see what the inside looks like. I'm kind of working backwards because well, not backwards but per se, but I didn't bring a voltmeter or test light or anything to see if I have power, or how much power I have here at this coil. The only thing I brought was a fuel pump, and it turns on the fuel pump, but it doesn't really tell me how much power I have, if I have 12 volts or if I have 6 volts. But I'm gonna open up this distributor, see what it looks like, and then we'll go from there. See if I can get these tabs popped off there. There's one. And there's two. It doesn't actually look horrible. As a matter of fact, it actually looks pretty good. Looks like somebody put a new cap on this thing. The rotor's kind of dirty. But the thing I really want to see is how bad the points are. Oh yeah, this rotor is toast. It's pretty corroded. Matter of fact, it's rusty. That could be a huge part in not having spark. But I'm gonna go inside, turn the ignition on, and see if we got spark. So I know we got power in there. So let's I'm gonna grab a points file and file the points and see if that gets us anywhere. Oh, it turns out that I don't have a points file. Looks like I forgot that also. So instead, I'm just gonna try to use the rough side of this screwdriver. See if it'll get it enough just to get in there. I can always replace these points later. Just trying to see if the truck runs today. Those points are pretty corroded. I'm not sure if they're going to be savable. Might have to run to the store and get some. Alright, I might have got them just clean enough to spark. So let's clean up this rotor a little bit. So on this rotor, if I had a file, I would just file it, but I don't, so I'm just gonna scrape this thing. See if I can get it cleaned up just enough to spark. It's still pretty nasty. But yeah, it looks a little better. So put that back in and put the cap back on. See if we have spark out here at the spark plugs. Well, that's not good. Looks like my distributor's spinning, so who knows if this distributor's been out, if it's still in time. No telling. So a second ago I thought the distributor was loose. Now it looks like that's just the vacuum advance. The vacuum advance spins the whole distributor on this. I've never seen one like that. But usually it just moves inside. But it's kind of cool. So we'll see if we have spark out here now. And looks like I've got a helper now, so see if we got spark. Alright, so now I know it has spark. Check that off camera because I don't have enough hands. But I noticed all these plug wires are super loose on the spark plugs. Oh, they're still loose. Oh hell. They worked for a while like that, so I'm just gonna leave them. And I'm gonna put some gas down this thing and see if it'll run. Because I know we got spark here. I haven't checked any of the plugs, but we'll see if it'll run anyways, and then we'll pull them out later. Alright, so now I'm going to put some gas down the carburetor, and then I'm going to get in the truck and turn it over and see if it starts. Oh, that's way too much. Let's see if it'll start. Hey, it fired up. Only for a second, but I guess let's see if I can get it to run on the carburetor. Probably should pull the plugs out, check them, but probably not going to. Well, it runs. I'm going to get some fuel into the carburetor. I'm going to hook up a little fuel pump, a little clickety-clack pump, and see if I can just fill up the carburetor and then see if it'll run on the carburetor. Yeah, this is going pretty easy, honestly, and it doesn't sound horrible. So let's hook up some fuel and see what happens. Alright, so I'm going to hook this up. This is just a piece of fuel hose, and I'm just going to hook it straight into the carburetor and see if I can fill up the carburetor. And then if it runs on the carburetor, then I guess I'll see if the fuel pump's good. I'm not holding out for that one. Most of the time, diaphragm and those things is just junk. But we'll see if I can get fuel into the carburetor first. Alright, so now the carburetor's full of fuel. This pump, I just hooked it up just enough to fill up the carburetor. See if it's running on it. Might have flooded it because I think it was already full and then the float stuck. But we'll see. See what happens. Got good oil pressure. Doesn't sound the best, sounds like a tractor, but it's actually got really good oil pressure, 40 pounds of oil pressure, or 30 pounds. Wow, actually runs pretty good. Well, let's shut it off. Surprised it hadn't run out of fuel. Ooh, she's a smoking. She's a smoker, all right. Oh, hey. She smokes pretty good, but it runs pretty good. So I guess I'll give her a little more love now. I'm gonna put spark plugs in it, or I might just find a little 283 or something and put in here. I don't know, but hey, that wasn't too bad. It actually ran pretty easy. I did not think it was going to be that easy. But there you have it. It runs pretty good. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to hook up this jerry can to that fuel pump down there and see if it is going to pick up fuel. I doubt the fuel pump's good, but it's worth a shot before I go buy another one. I'll probably put another one on it. I'll put a new one on it anyhow, but I'm going to try that one, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Then change the spark plugs out. I probably change the spark plugs out. But hey, it runs pretty good. Other than it sounds like a tractor. A little bit of noise, lifter noise or something in there, but it's hey, it runs, which is more than I could say yesterday, and more than this thing could say for the last 19 years that it's been sitting. So, all right, so now I've got this. I put the fuel pump right in there. I just put that straight into this jerry can, and then the carburetor's full of fuel. So we'll see if we'll see what happens. I guess I'm just gonna leave this unhooked, and if fuel comes out good, if not, then I'll go. I'm gonna go to O'Reilly's and get new fuel filter. I got hose here, but yeah, we'll see if this thing's gonna pump fuel. Don't try this at home, kids. Would you look at that? We got fuel. So now I know the fuel pump works. So in theory I could just hook that back up. But I'm gonna go get a new fuel filter, and then I'll come back. I got a few other things I want to grab at O'Reilly's, but then come back and see if this thing will run on the tank, and then see what the tank looks like. I couldn't even get the gas cap off earlier, so we'll see what happens on that. Try to get that gas cap off and see what it smells like in there, see how nasty it is. So guess we'll keep moving forwards now. All right, so I went to O'Reilly's. I got a fuel filter, hooked that up. I haven't ran it yet. There's no fuel in it, as you can see. But I decided to fill this up with water, and as you can see, I got it full, but I forgot there's no hose clamp on this. So I got the handy dandy zip ties, and let me get this thing taken care of. These are just long enough. And they should hold a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't build up too much pressure and blow this out. So that'll make for a hell of a mess. Well, got this secured enough. Still full of water. So now I'm gonna go inside the truck and see if it'll start. We'll see soon enough. I'm hoping that some of this smoke clears up. That starter's still not wanting to engage or stay engaged. All right. It's not wanting to start. So let's see if a little bit of brake clean will do the trick. There it goes. Now it doesn't want to run on the carburetor. Let's try pulling this choke out a little. Man, this thing doesn't want to start now. Let's see. Hell, it might even be flooded. Uh-oh. We got a major gas leak. Where's it leaking out of? It's leaking out of there. I don't know if the fuel filter's cracked. Maybe I just need to tighten it down a little bit better. I found out my problem. This is a 5/16 line. This is 3/8 hose. That's all I got with me. So I just tightened it down a little bit more and now it's not leaking. So see if it'll start now. Boy, she is pretty noisy. Not a whole lot of blow by, but I was hoping this truck, maybe the rings would come around, but that's pretty bad. Well, it runs. Smokes for mosquitoes, but it does run. Well, now that I got the truck running, I kind of want to see if it'll move on its own. So I bought this little compressor, which I probably was just a waste of money. But it says clearly on it, do not inflate vehicle tires, which is exactly what we're going to use it for. Just hooked up to a little 12-volt battery here. So I'm going to turn it on and we'll see what it does. Well, I ignored the warning that says do not, what does it say? Do not inflate vehicle tires. And well, this thing already took a shit. It's dead as a doornail. Guess I'm about done for the day. I'm gonna head to the house. Not much else I can do, but hey, we found out the truck runs. It smokes like a chimney, but runs. It's pretty ticky. It's got a lot of noise, lifter tick or clatter or something. I'm hopeful that the rings will come around and it won't smoke so much. I'm also going to change the oil. The oil is pretty thin. I don't know if it got some gasoline in it previous or what the deal is, but it's pretty thin. So I'm going to change the oil and see if we can get this thing to quit smoking a little bit. If not, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Might try to find an engine and swap something into it, or I might just keep moving forwards and move on to the next thing I plan to do with this truck. So kind of my plan for this truck is to cut the bed down. So I want to cut the bed down, make it into a short bed. This truck is super straight, and I hate for it to just be a long bed because short bed is so much cooler. You know, and that's what everybody wants, is a short bed on a budget. So if I can show you guys how to build a little short bed C10 or C20 in this case on a budget, I think that'd be pretty fun. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens with the engine. I'm gonna do a little more work on it, like I say, change the oil and stuff, and then we'll be back next time.